Yeah, welcome to the 14th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A. Our readings from the prophet Zechariah, our second reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, and our gospel reading from the Gospel according to Matthew brings us the reality of daily Christian life. The theme for my reflection is divine persuasion by invitation. Jesus Christ invited us to come to him, all of us who have labored and overburdened, and that he will give us rest. Jesus offering himself in this divine invitation calls sinners to repentance. He calls us to the life of grace. He calls us to the life of fruitfulness and salvation. Jesus is aware that a human person by nature is vulnerable. A human person, due to human nature, we are bedeviled by fear, by shame, and by doubt. And so Jesus invites us to a life of resourcefulness, a life of creativity, a life of freedom, the life of grace. Monsignor Gabriel Armod, during exorcism, had identified some features that the devil shared with him about the human condition. Gabriel Armod said that during exorcism, the devil said he uses three simple methods to imprison and to keep disciples close to him. And those simple elements that are human but destructive are fear, shame, and doubt. The human condition, due to pressure in the place of work, pressure in the formation to the priesthood or religious life of consecrated persons, pressure in academic community, in a business community, in the parish setting, every human person, one way or the other, is bedeviled by fear, by shame, by doubt. And so Gabriel Amot said, the devil, when he interrogated the devil, he said, I use these weapons, simple as they are, fear, shame, and doubt. Anytime a Christian wants to go to confession, I prop up some emotional fear in him and shame, so that in the process of even confessing one sin, the person is afraid or the person is ashamed of saying everything the person would have done that is bad, breaking the 10 Commandments or the commandments of the church, or even sins of omission. And that's create a sense of doubt in the person. And that's why some people don't even go to confession. And even those who make effort to go to confession, they do not freely confess their sins totally. And so when you meet people like this with this human condition, the tendency is that they are imprisoned by the devil, which is the truth. They are bedeviled and they are incapacitated. And so we need the grace of God to deliver them. And Jesus' invitation, by persuading us to come to him, all of us who have labored and overburdened, that he will give us rest. He gives us rest from emotional doubt, from sin, from carrying our burden upon ourselves. He is the author of life who mediated our salvation on the cross. And so he is inviting us to a spiritual union, to a physical union, to an ecclesial union that brings us salvation. And so when we are drawn to a spiritual life, we are called to the life of grace, of sharing and of uniting all ourselves, the totality of ourselves, our physicality, our emotionality, our psychology, our intellectual life, everything. We are to submit to Jesus that he may deliver us. And Jesus is the source of life. He's the medicine of love. And that is why St. Paul in the second reading says, if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds that the deeds of the body, you will live. By the grace of baptism, by the grace of going to sacramental confession, by the grace of reading the Holy Bible and going to the Blessed Sacrament, by the grace of keeping a good friend and building a genuine love relationship with God, even in marital life and a call to religious life, even the call to civil life, when we trust in God, He gives us the courage and the capacity to live full Christian lives.